In this lecture, we will go through the best practices of TikTok ads. The first one is naming your campaigns, ad sets, and ads. Ensure that you name your campaigns, ad sets, and ads very well. So for example, your campaign should have the names of your products, ad sets should have the names of the interests that you have chosen or the targeting that you have done, and your ad should have the name that describes what kind of creative it is. We do this because once you have a lot of campaigns, ad sets, and ads that are running, it becomes very difficult to understand which ones work well for you if they're not named well. You should be able to identify any of your campaigns, ad sets, and ads without having to open them. That is when you know that they're named well. Second is to ensure that whenever you create a new campaign that you have at least 3 ad groups and 3 ads in that campaign. If you only have 1 ad group and 1 ad, you don't give TikTok enough room for testing. The more options the algorithm has, the better it can reach your audience. Third, you need to refresh your creatives every week or 10 days. TikTok is growing fast, but its audience is not as large as other older platforms. Therefore, your creatives are used very quickly. You don't want one person to see your ad too many times, so by refreshing your creatives, you can show people different versions of your ad instead. But this doesn't mean that you have to keep creating new videos and content. You can edit the same video. For example, you can take a part from the middle and put it at the end, thus creating a new creative for viewers. And fourth, do not turn off an ad group that is working. When there is an ad group that is working well, this means the algorithm has found a good audience and strategy for that ad group. If you do anything with that ad group, it re-enters the learning phases again and messes up with the data, and your costs might also change. The only time that you should turn off an ad group is if you're having fulfillment issues. For example, if you don't have the product with you, or if there's a problem with product quality. We will show you later how to increase your budget. Let's talk about optimizing your TikTok ads so that you can make the most of advertising on the platform. The first and most important thing is retargeting. What is retargeting? This means showing your ads to those who already know about your brand. So this is people that have made a purchase with you earlier, those who have seen your ad, clicked on your ad, seen your website, added a product to their cart but did not make the purchase, and so on. All of these people are familiar with your brand and will be shown your ad again. You'll notice that not everyone will buy your product the first time that they see your ad. It's normal for people to shop around and do their research before making a purchase decision. Okay, so let's explore this. Say a person sees your ad. They click on it, spend some time on your website, and even add an item or two to your basket. But then they don't actually complete the purchase. So what does this mean? It means that there has been some intent to purchase. If there was no intent, they would not have spent the time doing all of this. There are many reasons why they might not have gone through with the purchase at the time. For example, they wanted to research more products, they didn't trust your website, perhaps they didn't need your product at the time, or they simply didn't have their online banking details with them at the time. Where there is this intent, there is potential. So by reaching out to them again, you could get them to make a purchase the second or third time that they see your ad. To do this, you need to create different audiences in your audience section and retarget those who clicked on your ad, those who visited your website, and those who added items to their cart but did not purchase. You can segregate them by the last 7 days and the last 30 days. The creative that you show them should be different. The ones that have seen your ad in the last 7 days are more likely to make a purchase because your first ad will still be fresh in their mind. Show them a creative where you give a little extra incentive in the form of an added discount if possible. For those who have seen your ad in the last 30 days, a smaller discount is a good idea, or just show them a refresher of your product. Second, retarget those who have visited your website earlier. You can show them an ad of a different product or a brand awareness ad, or show them the same product if this product is classed as an FMCG product. This means that it's something that a person would repurchase regularly. Okay, next is analyzing your data. Understand your CPM, CTR, and CVRs. CPM is your cost per 1,000 views. If this cost is high, then you need to adjust your bid. Try to lower your bid to see if CPM reduces. CTR is your click-through rate. This is the percentage of people that saw your ad and clicked on it. The higher this is, the better. If you have a low CTR, it could mean that your ad is not appealing to the audience. You could either be showing it to the wrong audience or your creative is not well designed. You could try to change your targeting or change your creative, but by improving your CTR, you'll see better results at lower costs. CVR is your conversion rate. Like CTR, the higher the percentage, the better. It shows how many people saw your ad and ended up making a purchase on your website. If your conversion is low, it could be because you have a bad landing page experience or your products are not priced well. So ensure that your landing page loads fast to avoid impatient customers and that people have a positive and easy experience on your website. If possible, you can also make price adjustments to see if this increases your CVR rate. Next, you can create a new ad group with day parting. Analyze your data to see what time of day people are making purchases. Then show your ads to your target market at those times of day. Now we will be talking about the challenges that you might face when advertising on TikTok. There are two major challenges that every advertiser faces when advertising on TikTok. The first is no spend. If you give TikTok a budget of $1,000, TikTok will not use your entire budget. It might only use $50 or $100 of your budget and not give you the reach that you want your ad to have. There are various reasons why this could happen. One reason is because you have exhausted your creative. TikTok will not show the same creative again and again to the same people because they want to create a positive experience for its users and not annoy them with repetitive ads. To fix this, you can change your creative. Okay, the second reason is that you created a new ad group. Some targeted audiences are very large. So for example, if you've targeted an audience interested in automobiles, the larger your targeted audience, the larger your budget needs to be. $1,000 targeted at an audience of 50,000 people will be exhausted very quickly and you won't reach every person that you've targeted. What TikTok does is it identifies pockets within the targeted audience which is most likely to make a purchase. So when you create a new ad group, you can identify a pocket within your target audience and create an ad group targeting them and see if your campaigns are more successful. The third reason is you created a traffic campaign. This means you give TikTok enough data to understand what kind of people are coming onto your website and what actions they're taking. Traffic campaigns require you to spend a minimum of 2,000 rupees, but you can have a bid amount of 1 or 2 rupees per click, which works out quite cheap. However, don't expect much out of this. People will most likely not be adding products to their carts or making purchases. This tool helps TikTok understand what category of customers click on the ad based on the time that they spend on the page and their activity on your page. And TikTok will then find more such customers for you, hence the spend increases. The major reason why spend does not increase on this ad is because TikTok is unable to find an audience for you. Second is a sudden increase in cost. Your ads might be running fine and having a great conversion rate when all of a sudden costs increase. The reason this could happen is that there's more competition now and that the bid has increased. What you can do is reduce your bid. This means TikTok will only show your ad according to how much you bid, which will reduce your CPM. Second, find out what time per day your CPM is the cheapest and only show your ads during those times to reduce costs. And finally, third, you can create a new ad group with slightly different targeting and demographics.